udasanzwe muri amateka ya kaminuza ya East African University-Rwanda. Bajya kwa abashyitsi mbere na mbere turagira ngo tubahe ikaze. Afite ikiganiro ariko tugezeho kitari mu mare minota myinshi. Madame Seraphina nawe yabasuhuza, akora muri RGB, yabasuhuza shinzwe production muri Pam, ariko buri wese ari bubahe details najya kugira ikiganiro bageza. Turakiriye rero muri kaminuza
esheshatu, school ya business administration, school ya mass communication and journalism, school ya education, school ya leisure tourism and hotel management, na school ya industrial arts and design. Rero turagira ngo tubakire kandi tubahe ikaze, bari butuganirire bifuza twese. Ubwo rero agaseke nibo bagafite, nibo bari bugafungure, reka tubahe ikaze. Duhere kuri Professor Emile ari butugezeho ikiganiro kijyanye na ideology ya PAM, hanyuma ari buze gukurikirwa na Madame Seraphina ari butugezeho iterambere ry'umugore, uruhare rw'umugore mu iterambere rya Afurika n'u Rwanda by'umwihariko. Ariko nanone dufite na Francis nawe ari buze kutuganirira ibintu bike cyane. Francis we ni umufatanyabikorwa kuko afite na televiziyo, gabiga ibya mass communication, ibya filime. Ubwo yes, we will mix languages, very sorry. Yes. They will try to mix languages so that everybody can understand. Okay? Thank you very much. But whoever sits with a foreign student, your colleague nearby you will explain in details what we are saying. Okay? Thank you very much.
So try and speak in the language that you may understand. Okay? Sometimes we're going to mix, as the visit said, languages. I'm miserable. I'm a Pan-Africanist. Correct. Like you, Vice Chancellor of the former National University of Rwanda. That's a long time ago. Probably you're not yet born. But also, I'm a medical doctor. I was once CEO of King Faisal Hospital. So you see, I have a long life. There are many other things. But, I was also ambassador of Rwanda to Japan for 4 years. So you can have gone through many lives. By the time you get my age, you also be having a lot of experience. But I was once a student there. So I'm very happy to be with you today. We're going to talk about the Pan-African ideology. Who knows Pan-African movement? Who knows? Please raise your hand. Nobody knows about Pan-African movement. My God. Nobody. Now what's Pan-African movement? Oh. You see. We have to come back. You. No. At least one. We have to come back. Yeah? Only one. You know, there is an African movement, Rwanda chapter. But this movement is global. You understand? Now, when we come to university is an academic institution, right? So when you're going to have a new class, your teacher basically is going to tackle three things. Okay? What are we going to learn about? And why we are going to learn about this? And how? Simple. You are being so confident. That way you know what you are. Are you new students? Oh. So we're going to talk about what, why, and how. So what is very simple. What is very simple. Pan-African movement is an ideology, philosophy of Africans, people of African descent, wherever they are. Many are in Africa, but we have many in the Americas, North America, Southern America, and other places, including Middle East and other places. So Africans. So it's a philosophy, an ideology that wants to bring Africans together. Does it make sense to you? Look at that. I want to interact. I want to give a lecture. This is not a lecture. This is interaction. So you are not asking me why do you want to bring Africans together to be one, to have unity. You can use any language. English, Rwanda, French, Swahili, Lingala, Uganda. Can you use any language? Why do we want to have Africans together? We want the Pan-African movement as we see. So history is very important. What are the principal factors, historical events, factors that brought Africans, people of African descent to develop an ideology, national, African unity? Most of you studied history in high school, didn't you? You did. Have you heard of black slavery? Slavery? Not news. Black slavery. Is there anybody who did not learn something about black slavery? Is there anybody in the room who did not hear about black slavery? So you all did. How many people do you think were hit out of Africa? Any idea? Any idea? How many do you think? 1 million? 2 million, 5 million, how many? 20. He said 20. It's about 20. About 20 million Africans that were taken from Africa, mostly to the Americas, but also to other parts, including Middle East, as slaves. This is why you see African Americans, you see people of African descent in many of the continents. So that experience was extremely painful. Extremely painful. It is estimated that on their way to the Americas, 10% perished on their way. So people died on the ship and they were just thrown into the sea. Just imagine the suffering. And the people that eventually reached the Americas, they were sold as slaves to go and work in the plantations in North America and South America. So very often, life there was very difficult. People died of disease, hunger, and all kinds of bad treatment. So that suffering finished and no longer there. What do you think? What do you think? You are all on social media. You watch TV. These bad treatment are still there. Injustice. Injustice because of the color of the skin is still rampant. Our president, by the way, is our patron. It's Pan-African Movement patron. Pan-African Movement-Rwanda patron. What do you think? Our president championed the moving of migrants that were stuck in Syria, in Libya, and brought them here. Why? Because as a Pan-African, you cannot see Africans being mistreated somehow, and the main part. So you see, there is Pan-African thinking that is so Pan-African, and you see the suffering, you definitely have to do something. This is why you get those big migrants being brought here to give them a place where they can stay without torture, without suffering. That's the spirit of Pan-Africanism in action. So, mostly from hosts of Africa, one of the most important groups. Many slaves were taken from. So you will hear about the triangular trade that exchange slaves were taken from Africa, went to produce sugar in America, and the sugar was sold to Europe. To sell sugar, bring it back to Africa and other countries. So like a trial. Now, that was slavery was one historical factor that brought African people to come together. The second was the colonization. Colonization officially started in 19th century, up to the middle of 20th century, while slavery was between 16th century and 19th century. Colonization came after slavery. Why did it come? Because slavery was stopped, but Europe needed to control the natural resources of Africa. So what happened? At the end of the 19th century, you will hear what they call Berlin Conference. By the way, some of these words, these are keywords. If you want to understand Pan-Africanism, you have to know these keywords. Berlin Conference. So the conference that took place in Berlin, in Germany, 1984, 1985, to divide Africa like they had divided Africa among themselves. So with colonization, European countries took over Africa, and essentially for the exploitation of natural resources. And I'm sure you have heard the principle of rule and divide. To be able to control the Africans, the colonial powers used the rule and divide owned by the African Organization of African Unity in 1960. I think I'm going to stop here because so, who knows Jomo Kenyatta? Yes. The first president. Okay. We shall organize another for African independence. So other congresses took place, but not that an African movement, Rwanda chapter. This is what it means. This is a very big step. Now, you have heard also visa-free policy. Don't take the visa-free policy for granted. It's not something to take for granted. Some of us, when we are growing up, you have a visa to go to Senegal. You have to apply the visa to the French embassy. So then you can just fly and get the visa at the airport. So don't take these things for granted. People have to fight for it. So things are coming. Now, what is the role of the youth? You have had me. I was a youth. It is you guys. You are going to be asking yourself, how do we move? How do we make Pan-Africanism a reality? So I think this was an introduction to the Pan-African ideology. If we need to discuss more, we have to meet again. I'm willing to come back if you wish. I'm going to stop here and Thank you very much. Murakoze. Ibibazo bitekerezo. Thank you very much.
Be honest, how many are uncomfortable when I speak English? Nibande bumva nimvuga icyongereza batari bumve neza. You guys, you are not with me. Are you with me? I want you to be with me. Because this is a conversation, it is not a lecture. It's not a lecture, it's a conversation. So feel free to ask anything in the language you feel comfortable in. Okay? Nihangane murashonje ariko ndagerageza kuba as brief as I can. One here said no. Who has heard of gender-based violence by show of hands? So what do you understand by gender-based violence? Just feel free, talk of whatever you know. Please. Stand up, because we can't hear.
Both genders face abuse, either emotionally, physically, from their partners. Yes,
A clap of hands. Gender-based violence is the violence that is imposed on someone because of their gender. Someone does violence to you because you are a girl, because you are a woman, or because you are a man, or because you are a boy. Okay? And it can be done by partners. And when we talk about partners, we talk of husband, wife. But we can also talk about girlfriend, boyfriend. Okay? It doesn't necessarily need to be a legal union. It can be by anybody that is an intimate partner. But we can also have community violence. In Kinyarwanda they say urugomo. Urugomo rukorewe umuntu kuko ari umugore cyangwa ari umugabo cyangwa ari umuhungu cyangwa ari umukobwa. Iyo nayo is part of gender-based violence. Okay? Ariko ndabasaba, can we please be the youth? Can we be live? Sibyo? Nihangane iminota mikeya tuganire and then you go for lunch. Cyangwa se mukora ibindi ishuri ribateganyirizanye ntago mbizi neza. Okay? Mumbabarire, don't chat on phone because they also have some time to talk with you and go. Okay? Are you happy we can talk? Okay. So, the role of the woman in African development. Where do we start from? We start from here, in the East African University. What is the role of a girl in the African University? What can the girl in the African University contribute with the brother towards your self-development, towards your community development, towards your national development? And why do we talk about the woman? Kuki bantumye kuvuga umugore? Kuki batantumye kuvuga mwebwe mwese? Why do you think we are talking of the woman development in Rwanda and Africa? Can you please tell us, Tell us why we are talking about woman, the role of woman in African development. You are not aware. Can you sit upright, I tell you? Can you sit upright? Okay. Or midday. It come either very early in the morning or after lunch. Okay, so we are talking about the role of women in development of our nations, Rwanda and Africa, just because of the historical perspective. In the whole world, many decades ago, in Africa and in Rwanda, women and girls lagged behind in all spheres of life. Do you agree? Do you agree? Abakobwa n'abagore bari barasigaye inyuma mu iterambere muri rusange. Nibyo cyangwa ndabeshya? Ako mana yanjye. I think we shall tell Dr. Emile to be a doctor before he becomes a lecturer. Mwihangane muri urubyiruko mube live mbyumve ko muri live. Mwabinyemerera. Mwicare muri upright. Kugira ngo muhumeke neza noneho nituganira mbumve, sibyo? So, my sister and brother who don't hear Kinyarwanda, because of the hours that are not very comfortable, are mixed. Do you mind? I'll just mix so that they understand, but I'll come back to you. Don't worry, okay? So, ndavuga ngo kwisi yose mu myaka yashize yenda uretse iyi decade cyangwa decade nk'eshatu z'inyuma, isi yose umugore umukobwa bari barahejwe mu iterambere ry'imiryango yabo n'iry'ibihugu byabo. Kandi Dr. Emile yavuze ngo Pan-African Movement yashyizweho kubera values zimwe na zimwe. Yavuzemo ubumwe bw'Abanyafrika, mwabyumvise, the unity of Africans. Avugamo za OAU, zabaye AU, ibyo bintu ngira ngo muzabyisomera. You can Google, you can search, you can also tell Pan-African Movement to give you the material and you read it, okay? So, some of the values that influenced Pan-African Movement to get established was African unity, solidarity of Africans, n'ibindi byose bya integration n'ibindi nk'ibyo yavuze za Fred trade n'ibiti byose, okay? Ariko anavuga n'icyatumye Pan-African Movement ijyaho, avuga challenges zo muri Afrika, inzara, disease, endless wars and all that, okay? Ibyo bintu yavuze, they affect men and women disproportionately. Do you understand that language? Everything in life affects the man and the woman, the boy and the girl disproportionately. Nukuvuga ngo mu Kinyarwanda ibintu byose biba muri society by'affecting umukobwa n'umuhungu mu buryo butandukanye kandi butangana, by'affecting umugabo n'umugore mu buryo butandukanye kandi butangana. Ariko mu Rwanda kirazira guheza umuntu uwo ari we wese. Do you understand? Kirazira guheza umuntu uwo ari we wese. So in Rwanda we promote what we call citizen-centered governance. And this governance must be inclusive. And when we talk about inclusive governance, that is when I think I will need an expert here. PowerPoint resiste ko nshaka kubigira binini. Uhuriweho n'abantu bose for sustainable development. Muranyumva? Do you understand? So in Rwanda particularly, we promote what we call citizen-centered governance, and to ensure there is citizen-centered governance, there are certain principles that we go by. And do you know anything about the SDGs? Anybody knows anything about SDGs? By show of hands, okay? Louder?
SDG goals and 17 goals that currently they are working towards for the next year.
Louder.
SDG goals and the 17 goals that the world has, right? The World Health has towards 2030.
Okay, thank you. So, in 2000, the UN members developed what we call Millennium Development Goals. And those goals were from 2000 to 2015. So, after assessing the goals, the achievement of the Millennium Development Goals that had a period of 15 years, the UN members came back and developed what we call Sustainable Development Goals. And one of the principles of Sustainable Development Goals says, leave no one behind. LNB, leave no one behind. So, because Rwanda is not an island, Rwanda interacts with fellow African countries, and it also interacts with the global members of the globe, okay? And therefore, we abide or we go by certain agreements of the AU, of the UN, okay? Because Rwanda is also a member of the UN. And therefore, when we try to respect the principle of leave no one behind, then we say we should also bring women on board, we should bring girls on board, we should bring the youth on board, we should bring persons with disabilities on board, and we shall ensure nobody is left behind, because we must all work together towards national development and share the benefits equitably. Are you okay? The desire is to share the benefits equitably. When all of us, including the youth, have contributed. So because our nation, our country, and the Pan-African movement acknowledge the fact that girls and women in many past decades had been left behind in school, in politics, in trade, in social representation. Therefore, we must put mechanisms and structures that bring them on board. So that's why they told me today to talk about the role of the woman in national development, but also as well as Africa. So before, I thought we could have perhaps a lengthy discussion, but it's not possible now. I had prepared a simple discussion of what do you expect from the dialogue, what are your current challenges in the university. But now if I enter that, I think I will take a lot of time. Maybe I'll see if I can secure some time at the end of the discussion. So what are the current challenges that hinder women's development, women's contribution towards national development? Ibyo ngibyo mubimbwira. Ni ibiki mutekereza bidindiza cyangwa bibuza umwana w'umukobwa kugira uruhare mu iterambere ry'umuryango we, rya community atuyemo? Iyo tuvuze community tuvuga umudugudu, tukavuga akagari, tukavuga iki kindi? Guys. When I was young, I was not as silent as you guys. Tell me. Akagari, nyuma y'akagari.
Of girls that have been asked to provide favors to get marks. Their cases. You know? So, I know you know. I know you all know. You don't want to talk about it? But this is very, very, very bad. Because it destroys your dignity. It destroys the reputation, your reputation. It destroys the reputation of our education system. Please do not fear to report those cases. Because here we are not talking of just simple things. We are talking of very serious matters. Please report these things. By reporting these things, you become an active player for making this society better. Please. Thank you.
So, thank you very much for the compliment. We have had of reports, we've had complaints about gender-based violence, favors being asked from, being promised to the girls in school, secondary school, I don't know about primary school, but secondary school and universities, that if you laugh nicely, smile nicely, walk nicely, do certain things, they will give you the marks. And the problem with this is, one, you are earning the mark you have not worked for, therefore, there's something going wrong with your brain, because you're supposed to equip your brain with knowledge and skills, but they are giving you marks free of charge. Second, you are cheating your brother, because you may be getting a mark over the boy that has merited that mark, and you are getting free mark over that person, which is unfair. You are also becoming a slave of your tutor, of your teacher. I mean, you can never attain self-confidence, self-esteem. You cannot be proud of yourself because you are getting things you have not worked for. And we know that our culture is silent. We've been intimidated from the beginning, but we have a country now that gives us all the opportunities to fight for our rights. So if someone is promising you free marks when you know you can earn marks by working hard, why don't you report? Because they are cutting your life short. They are cutting your life short. You won't compete on the labor market. You will just be happy, celebrate your defense, celebrate your graduation, but when you come to compete on the labor market, you may be frustrated. And that is, we are talking about labor market. But we are poor, but the consequences affect you more than they affect the other person who perpetrated the violence. So we have about 4 forms of gender-based violence. We have what they call physical violence. Physical violence normally takes place in intimate relationships, but husbands and wives fight. Husbands and wives fight, or there can be community violence where you meet. That is physical violence because it affects the body, the physical body directly. But very, very, very important, we call child defilement. Anybody has heard about child defilement?
Thank you.
So child defilement, in most cases, is when there has been sexual intercourse. I hope you understand what sexual intercourse means. Do you understand? Sexual intercourse has happened to or with somebody from 0 age that has not attained 18 years of age. So, worldwide, an adult is someone who has reached the 18th birthday. Even in Rwanda, an adult, somebody who can take responsibility over everything on his own, on her own, is somebody who has attained the 18th birthday. So, whether you are not 18, whether you are above 18, when you do sexual intercourse with someone who has not attained the 18th birthday, you have done child defilement. Clear? So you have defiled that child. And what is important with this is, for Rwanda, this is a criminal case and you can be punished by law. So there is zero tolerance to child defilement. If you do this and you are known, RIB will come and pick you and then you will answer your charges. Okay? So child defilement is a very, very bad thing because it affects the whole life of a child. By the way, do you know why we are here? Do you know why we are here? Do you know why we are here? Anybody knows? We are here because we want to hand over to you in a few days. Murabyumva? Twebwe twatangiye gusaza, turagira ngo tubamenyereze. Ejo bundi nimba ntashobora gufata microphone, mwe muzaba mukora ibingi binakora. Ndabeshya? So be attentive here. Turabatuma nk'abambasaderi. Iki ni ikibazo cyugarije igihugu. Murabyumva? Rero, when you graduate, nubwo bazabibabwira cyangwa ntibabibabwire, ariko ubundi mwagiye muri intumwa zo kwamagana ibi bibazo. Murabyumva? And that's one of the principles of Pan-African movement. Gutegura urubyiruko kuba abayobozi beza mu gihugu cyabo, mu turere twabo, mu mashuri yabo, wherever we are. Ariko noneho twamara gutunganya ibyacu iwacu tugatunganya n'ibyiki n'ibyo muri Afurika. Ndabeshya se? Kubera ko Afurika ntabwo tuzaba mu Rwanda rufungiranye. Ibyo ndavuga ngo turi landlocked ngo twifungirane birangire. Some of you will cross to Uganda, others will cross to Kenya. Harya dusigaye turi he? Mozambique, Central Africa, Southern Sudan, n'ahandi hose ntavuze. Kandi muzi aho mwatanga umusanzu. Ubu rero ntabwo twahaguruka tuvuye muri Pam. Let's to come and talk bikarangirira aho ngaho. Mubyuve ikintu cya mbere mushinzwe. Ubundi utazatanga umusanzu mu gihugu ntabwo wajya mu university. Wakwiga warangiza senior 6, ukagenda ugakora boutique hariya, cyangwa ugatangiza salon ukabona amafaranga make ukarya ukaryama. Ariko ubundi universities zose zashyiriweho, ariko Dr. Nimuvuguruza ambabarira ze kunyomoza kubera ko ngewe hari abantu bandutana kandi bandusha ibintu by'ubumenyi cyane cyane mu university. Ariko nanjye duke banyigishije. University ni ikintu kigukingurira umuryango kuba umuyobozi. Kandi niba tabatora mu nteko ishinga amategeko cyangwa ngo muba abayobozi b'uturere, muzashinga za university, muzacuruza neza, and above all, even when you are a good wife or a good husband, you are still a good leader, right? Benshi muri mwe muzavuga ubutumwa mu church, you will be good leaders there, okay? So nimuzagira ubwoba ko mama yavuze ngo university zubaka abayobozi, none nkaba nagiye ndeba ntari umuyobozi ko batanoyoya. Just shape yourself to be a leader, okay? A leader by definition ni umuntu utanga direction. Direction rero ushobora kuyitanga muri family yawe, ushobora kuyiha urugero rwiza barumuna bawe, ushobora kugenda ukamenya ko umukuru w'umudugudu yagambanye n'umwarimu wo ku ishuri bagahisha umuntu wakoze violence ku mwana, ukabivuga, you are still a leader, okay? Sawa. Ndagerageza kwihuta kubera yuko amasaha aragiye. Murabona iriya table? Murayibona neza? Niyo twafatira ya 30 yonyine. Reka mbibasomera hano kuri laptop. Iyi ni imibare twakuye muri institutions zimwe na zimwe, amakuru yatanzwe na RIB. Ariya ni amakuru atwereka ishusho. This is a picture of the cases that were reported about child defilement between the year 2018 and 2020. Sibyo? Ndagerageza kwihuta. Ntabwo nzi ko mubireba nkuko mbibona kuri laptop. Ariko ni mureba muri age range ya 15 kugeza ku myaka 17. Muraza kubona yuko muri fiscal ya 2018 na 19 na 20 twari dufite in total cases 654. Sibyo muri July 2018 to June 2019 mu Rwanda umwaka w'igenamigambi wo mu Rwanda ni July to June y'undi mwaka. So niyo mpamvu dufata imibare muri ubu buryo. Muri July 2018 to June 2019 abana bari bakorewe defilement hagati y'imyaka 15 na 17 bari bariya 654. Ni bakeya? Do you think ni bakeya mu mwaka umwe wonyine? Uribaza ubuzima bw'abantu butakaye mu mwaka umwe wonyine? And what is your role? Your role is to go back to your districts. Ese koko hari ihohotera rikorerwa abana rihaba? Ese niba rihaba ryiganje muri iyo mirenge, ese ryiganje mu tuhe turere? Mukabyamagana, ntabwo ari ibintu byiza. And uyu munsi we are talking about violence against women and girls. Ariko abahungu muri iyi sare, abahungu muri iyi sare, ntimwumve ko bitabareba. Violence is perpetrated either by men or by boys or by women or by girls. Ariko ushobora kuba uri hano muri iki gihugu utazi ko GBV ibaho. Yanakubaho ntumenye niba ariyo yabaye, ntumenye naho ujya gutakambira, ntumenye n'itegeko rikurengera, ntumenye n'urwego rukurengera. I think we shall come back to tell you more about that. Ibindi ni ugufatanya kurwanya ihohotera, ibindi ni ugushyiraho amategeko tukanayenforcing. Inzego zashyiriweho gushyira mu bikorwa ayo mategeko zigahana abantu bakorera abana ibidakorwa. Icyanyuma kandi kiri important, ubundi gikwiye kuba gikorwa mu mashuri, ni ukwigisha urubyiruko kuruha amakuru yose ajyanye n'ibyo bita ubuzima bw'imyororokere. Kwimenya, ese ndi umukobwa, ni ryari nzajya mu mihango? Ese kugira imihango bisobanuye iki? Ese kuki ngira imihango buri kwezi kandi mugenzi wanjye w'umuhungu ntayagira? Ese ya impact ni iyihe? Ese nibanyangiza kuri iyi stage? Ese banyangije nabigenza ese nakwirindanye? Okay? Role of student, access information, value your worth, value your worth, value your worth. Waba umuhungu waba umukobwa, value impamvu uriho igomba kugira agaciro. Then mugire peer support. Ahangaha mushatse mwakora anti-GBV club. Kuko mushobora kugira PAM club, mushobora no kugira anti-GBV club. Reka dusoze conclusion rero. Conclusion ni GBV ni ikibazo gikomeye cyane mu Rwanda no ku isi yose. It affects all classes classes and all ages in the whole world. It's not particular to Rwanda, it's not particular to Africa. Actually, in these so-called development countries, there are certain GBV that is perpetrated using a gun. You get a conflict, a slight conflict, they shoot you. So Rwanda has zero tolerance on GBV, especially when you do violence to a child. So, kubera impamvu z'umwanya ndagira ngo mbasabe mborohereze ndekeraho kuko twaje mu masaha ya pause murushye mumbabarire nanjye mbabaza akabazo kamwe sibyo ese koko murabona ibintu twaje kuvuga hari icyo bimaze ntihagira ugira icyo ambwira hari icyo bimaze bino bintu da kabisa kuvuga GBV hari icyo bimaze nk'abanyeshuri bari muri university murumva hari icyo bimaze okay ndashaka abantu babiri batubaza ibibazo ushaka kubaza icyapamu cyangwa iki ngiki okay. So the moderator can do that. Okay, so guys, wish you the best. Hope ko tuzagaruka hanyuma mube ambassadors ba PAM murwanye ibibazo byugarije igihugu. Okay, thank you very much for your time.
Ikiganiro cyiza bahaye tugiye gushyiraho naza guest speaker iminota 3. That is Dr. Francis for 3 minutes, then we go for election. Thank you. Doctor, welcome.
Murakoze turabari 3 uyu mugabo amaze guprojectinga hariya ariko kimwe nshaka kubabwira cyo mufite amahirwe ariko mutamenye. Nkiri umwana numvaga nshaka kuba umukire. Who want to be successful? Raise your hand. Mpuye n'umuntu mukuru yarambwiye ngo niba ushaka gukira you need a mentor, you need a coach, you need a teacher. Yansubije inyuma muri Bibiliya dusanga abami bose basucceeders bari bafite abahanuzi, bari bafite aba mentors, bari bafite aba coach. You guys, you are lucky but you don't know. Iyo muza kumenya who is Professor Emile Rwamasirabo ntabwo mwakwemura kuri telefone. Yongera haguruke mu mure mu muhena mashi. Namwumvise nyiga primary. Ibitaro bikomeye dufite byitwa King Faisal Hospital. Umuganga ukomeye waho wayoboye igihe kinini. Umuntu wabaye ambassador n'ibindi bitandukanye. At least ushoboye kumusaba kukubera mentor ubuzima bwahinduka uyu munsi. Ushoboye kumusaba kukubera coach ubuzima bwahinduka uyu munsi. Guys, you don't know Madame Seraphina, umuyobozi ukomeye muri RGB. Abakobwa ababereye coach, ababereye mentor ubuzima bwahinduka. Ibyo uri kwiga hano bifite agaciro, bifite akamaro ubaye ufite mentor, ubaye ufite coach. Ubaye usobanukiwe Profesa Callixte Kabera ubuzima amaze guhindura. Ni vice chancellor wanyu but you are uyu munsi tunafite komiseri w'uburezi muri Pan Africa, komiseri w'uburezi abasuhuza. Yabaye vice mayor igihe kinini, ubu ni komiseri w'uburezi Pan Africa mu gihugu hose. Akuganirije gato ubuzima bwahinduka ariko uri kuri telefone ariko bagire vuba twigendere, bagire vuba twigendere. Ubahagaze imbere nitwa Dr.Francis Habumugisha, nakoze bachelor's degree muri guidance and counseling, masters muri public health na PhD muri public health. Natangiye ubucuruzi nkiri muto kuko ku myaka 20 naracuruzaga, niga na segonderi narishyuriraga minerval. Uyu munsi mfite ibigo bitandukanye, company 6 zikubiye mu cyitwa Goodrich Group, harimo Goodrich TV nabonye bafite kamera hano n'itangazamakuru. Emile turimo dutegura na university yanyu nuko muzajya muza gukora pratique kuri televiziyo biri live. nuko chief editors production managers bazajya baza hano kubafasha biri live. Dufite hotel nini kurenza bita Delice Hotel na bunyara biga by'amahoteli hano nabo barahari. Of course hari gukorana hatandukanye. Uyu munsi bababwiye ku bya Pan African Movement, ntabwo ndi bubisubiremo ya minota bampaye ubundi bwitangiye mu ibari 3, ahubwo ndashaka kubabaza ngo kubabwira ikintu kimwe, how to reach there. Gute dushobora kuba abambasaderi barwanya GBV, gute tukaba aba Pan Africanist batuma Afrika ibimwe, abantu bongere kurwanira kujya hanze no gushaka za green cards, tukubaka Afrika yacu, tuka-creating akazi. Gute twagera? Icyambere, you need a mentor. Bwira mugenzi wawe ngo you need a mentor. You need a mentor. Kandi aba mentors hano barahari ariko mwabimye umwanya. Aho uri guchatinga nabo ntabo bari bukugeze. The mentors they are here. Professor kugira ngo guhagarara imbere akwigishe ubundi twishyura ku isaha. Yaje for free. Kambagirina. You have a good stage. Muze gusaba abarimu baje uyu munsi rimwe mu kwezi mujye mubatumira bagaruke ari nimugoroba muri free harimo n'umuziki, hanyuma dukomeze twige kugeza ubu tuzaba successful. Abayobozi bari gutorwa ba Pan Africa, chairman, vice chairman na secretary, mujye mutumira wandi kuvuga uti dutumiye Professor Emile Rwamasirabo agaruke, dutumiye Sifa agaruke, dutumiye komiseri w'urubyiruko w'uburezi agaruke. Je nkaba ndi chairman wa production muri Pan African Movement, aho dufite ibitangazamakuru byose byo mu Rwanda. Means nukenera access kuri RBA, Igihe, BTN, Goodrich, Isango, we are here to support you. Kandi mu gitangazamakuru simushaka akazi murangiza kwiga se, ntimushaka stage se. Okay, how to reach there? The Lord created the flutes. Read well. Abakoresha icyongereza murasoma imbere, don't use English, just read there. Ab'ikinyarwanda ndababwira. Imizi ni creating, imizi ituma haboneka imbuto. Iyo ushaka rero guhindura imbuto, igiti cyawe cyeraga bisaba guhindura n'imizi. Ushaka guhindura ibigaragara, ubanza guhindura ibitagaragara. Bya bindi biri muri wowe, have to protect your integrity. Kandi guhinduka no, we need to change all of us. Nta kintu kwisi kigira igisobanuro keretse igisobanuro gihaye. Abantu baha agaciro barakagira, niwiha agaciro bakagira. Birashoboka ko bazana kebo kabona na kebo gasanzwe, ariko nibakita gaseke bakavuga n'ibyiza byako, urabona ari ikindi kintu. Birashoboka ko igitambaro bajyamo runaka bakakimanika hariya bakakita drapo, twese tugapiga isaruti, ariko nukita uburingiti cyangwa ishuka nabwo kiraza kubikira igiti cyangwa ishuka. Ni wowe wiha agaciro wa mukobwa we, niwe wiha agaciro wa muhungu. You can disturb someone, but change comes from inside. Bakomeje bababwira muceceke muhinduke mukurikire, kubahindura byanze. Change comes from inside. Ni wewe wenyine wakwihindura. Kubabwira ngo muceceke muve kuri telefone is disturbance. But disturbance with a good heart. Nkuko bakomeje bababwira mukurikire ni byiza, can change someone. The same story biri abafata abana bagiye biyobyabwenge, abo bakoze GBV gender based violence bakabafunga. It is disturbance but with a good heart. Baramufunga ariko bakamugaburira. Biraza gutuma hinduka trust. Buri munsi ugomba kureba niba ukura. Waje hano kwiguza iki, umaze kumenya iki? Waje ufite imico mibi umaze guhinduka hingana iki? Waje ushaka kugera kuki ubugeze he? Ukareba buri munsi niba uhinduka. Papa wanjye yarapfuye ariko yazize long treatment. Professor Emile Rwamasirabo barabizi ko yewe ibitaro ni ngombwa cyane iyo diagnosis ikozwe nabi bituma providing a long treatment. Iyo treatment utanzi tariyo bituma noneho n'umurwayi apfa. Prescription utanga ntago bariyo. Ku bibazo dufite muri university, bibazo dufite mu Rwanda, bibazo dufite mu rubyiruko, bibazo dufite muri Afrika, dukeneye diagnosis. Bundi bituruka guki, biterwa n'iki kandi twabikemura dute. Tugashaka umuti nyawo kandura. Ni ibihe bintu bitanu ukora buri munsi wowe bitandukanye n'ibyo abandi bakora. Kurya umuntu avuga je I'm a good girl, I'm unique. Ntabwo mwanya n'abari abakobwa abandi bose bahani Kigali. I'm unique. Ni ibihe bitanu ukora abandi badakora. As no kubahungu nuko kandi. What is your uniqueness? You can change people's mind. Then the heart will follow. Kuko umutima wawe uhinduka, but mind can be changed. Umwarimu mwiza, umuhanzi mwiza, umusore uzi gutereta, umukobwa uzi gutereta yatwara mind yawe, umutima ukazakurikira mind. Niba mushaka kujya guhindura abantu batandukanye, catch their minds. Biroroshye gufata isazi ufatishije vinegar kurenza uko wayifata ukoresheje amazi. When you shine in darkness. Urumuri rwanyu rugomba kugaragarira aho GBV yabaye nyinshi, rugomba kugaragara aho ibiyobyabwenge byaciye ibere, aho indateganijwe zabaye nyinshi, aho Pan-Africanism, aho uyu mugabane udakunzwe wa Afrika, niho bigomba kugaragarira. You have to act with hand and heart. Abenshi bakoresha amaboko ariko umutima udahari, but the heart should be there. Ugakora ibintu ukunda, ukabikora n'imbaraga zawe zose n'umutima wawe wose. You can't change the world, but you can change yourself. Wowe ubwawe numara kwihindura, abandi bazakureba. Abapastor benshi bumva ko bagiye guhindura abakristo ariko ntiwabahindura. Abayobozi bumva ko bagiye guhindura abaturage ariko ntiwabahindura. Abari bumva ko bashobora guhindura abanyeshuri ariko ntibishoboka. Cyakora umwarimu ahindutse mwamuri baro mwese mugahindura. Nuhinduka family yawe izakureberaho, akagari kakurebereho, akarere kakurebereho, the whole country and the whole Africa. Clamp yourself. You have to bold me before you put it out. Mbere yuko ubibwira abandi kubikora, nawe ugomba kubanza ukabikora. Iriya slogan mwese murayizi, ndajya mvuga musubiremo. If you want to go fast, murajya mwansaringa. If you want to go fast, if you want to go fast, if you want to go far, if you want to go far, niba ushaka kugenda wihuta genda wenyine, niba ushaka kugera kure jyana n'abandi. So what if we go fast and together, tukagenda twihuta kandi tukajyana? I think ko twagera ko. So let us meet at the top. The bottom is not for us. God bless you. Thank you.
Yes, I'm going to tears on my English, and that's communicate to it. Murakoze, mazina nitwa Habumugisha abanifuza yuko abantu banshyigikira tugafatanya muri iki gikorwa cyo kubona ubuyobozi muri Pan-Africa bazafatanya kurwanya ibintu bituma igihugu cyacu kidatera imbere. Murakoze.
Thank you very much. My name is Intumwa. I believe if you believe in me to be the chairperson of Pan-African movement, we will be at the top because the bottom is not for us. Thank you.
Bravo. Ikinyarwanda umufashe baze gusobanukirwa ibyo ndi kuvuga. Baranyihagarara aho gukoresha Icyongereza ntabwo ari ikintu cyo muri Afurika. Kandi ni Pan-African movement. Nk'uko mubizi nitwa Mugema Ashire. Ibyo ni byo twasanze abazungu baduhaye ngo ni amazina arimo y'iki ngo yabatisi. Ariko njye nibundira Mugema nimuramuka munanuriye kuba chairperson wa Pan-African movement ujye muyita Mugema. Murakoze.
Akawe ku majwi 45 agakurikirwa na Mugisha Ismael ubonye amajwi 18 nawe kumushimire. Ubonye amajwi 10 nawe mumushimire.